Let's keep going.
Of course, even if you like money, there are way you do it.
Because it's all about.
Pardon my manners. Let me come to the chat. Oh, sorry about that. Sparkleberry, welcome. Sparkleberry says she's always apologizing. Have you explored past trauma? The word always, that's a good point. The thing is, David said, the thing is, you're not, okay, you're talking to David. You're not even sure if she meant the apology. No, she doesn't. David, you picked that up right. No, she doesn't. She's just trying to get past your complaint. You're complaining, and that turns her off more. Down there gets drier and drier the more you complain about sex. I know. It's a vicious cycle, right? Yep. The more you complain about not having sex, the drier she gets. Oh, my show. Because of the repetitiveness or the pattern of recurrence, no past trauma. No, you don't know that. That's the coconut head that says no past trauma. First of all, everybody has past trauma. The question is that if those past trauma are creating an impact on your situation. But if you shut your mind off that there's no past trauma, see, we can't get to the solutions. We knew each other for over 20 years. Konitumo. It doesn't matter. Not in this respect, at least. Sparkleberry says, you may think you know someone, but what you know is what they have allowed you access to. Either way, you should explore therapy or ask her. No, explore personal development. Explore personal improvement. Self-improvement for yourself first. Okay? That's what you should explore first. There's something about you. I can already read it, even in your submission, David. There's something particularly about you that's attracting that situation. That does not translate to that's your fault, because I know that's what you hear in your head for the most part when I say that. It just means you have an opportunity to take responsibility for the results that you desire. There's an opportunity there. That's what it means. Okay? All right. Uncle Beno says you may have to do a self-evaluation of yourself. Awesome. I love that. And find opportunity to take her to she feels happy. Then open the conversation. Yes, she must be in a place where she's right now. She's been signing, undertaking and stuff. She's probably built more walls around that. A woman who doesn't feel heard, everything will shut off. You cannot penetrate anything. You cannot penetrate her mind. You cannot penetrate her body. It just gets worse. Okay, and she's probably counting down days. One day she will gain enough courage to pull that trigger on her own. That doesn't mean that there's no small feelings left. It's temporary. Remember, it's all feelings. That does not mean that you don't have something you can work with. But if you shut your mind off the possibilities that you don't know what you're doing, this is a problem. Now, that's the biggest of all problems. Close-mindedness. Okay. So I hope you're really paying attention to all of this. Shout out to all the people responding to you. Everything is good from the home front, kids, jobs, everyone doing great. But the fact that she decide when we have sex is unacceptable for me. Even if not main, you can go oral. That woman will not let you do sexual intercourse. You want her to do oral. Baba. Yeah. Good luck with that. Okay. You want her to put your dick in her mouth, and she doesn't even want to allow you to penetrate. Okay, well, maybe you have something that's out of the norm. Maybe, probably not, because what you're telling us is you don't have any of it. It's better to keep an open mind, bro. Listen, gentlemen, especially let me talk to you, gentlemen. It's okay when we don't know what we're doing. It's okay in our professional world, right? Let's make it okay in marriage too. Like, it's okay, right? Nobody knows it all anyway, right? But the next person next to you, you might be the one coaching them in other aspects of life, but they might be able to coach you on this particular aspect of life. Because clearly your result says you can't figure something out. When you're confused, it's time to learn something new. It's an opportunity. Feel me? It's an opportunity. Remember, not your fault. We're not talking about something is your fault. We're saying you're not getting the result that you want. It's an opportunity for you to take responsibility, figure it out, get what you want, and take credit for it. How's that? And then sell the solution to other people for money. How's that? It's a great opportunity, right? No, sex is not right. It's not. I know you went to the church and then they gave you, Bible, and then you say to death do us part, and you did all that nice stuff. Okay, about 50% of them in all societies are ending up in the divorce courts. That's the reality, right? And I can say that to you as a gentleman. Like, listen, hear me. You can be logical. Think about it. Take your time to think about it, right? In your professional world, you either get results or you don't get results. If I'm not getting results, there's a reason. I'm going to figure it out so I can learn it and then use the solution over and over again and then sell it to other people with money. Possibly, maybe not. Maybe you just want to be a charity. You advise one brother next to you and then he solves his own problem too, right? How sweet would that be? As opposed to, let me shut it down. There's nothing there. I've known her for 20 years. There's nothing there. Baba, there's always something you don't know about a person who is another human being. No. Let me slow down. There's always something you don't know about yourself. When you get put in the middle of crisis, when you're at your lows of lows, is when you start to discover some things you didn't know about yourself. And you've been living with yourself all your life. How much more another human being? Let's think about it. Let me use Baba Okonla on TikTok. Think about it. You get it? Anyway, Uncle Bedo say there is a deep issue going on. It could be medical, it could be physiological. Absolutely. There's something deeper than your own idea of logic. Uncle Bedo said, you're not the problem and I will expect you to blame her too. It could be hormones. That shit mess people feelings up sexually at times. Yep. It gets rough. And your natural inclination is to blame her. I get that too. Because the blue balls is not anybody's mate. Okay. My suspicion, David says, my suspicion is that she's feeling too comfortable. And I'm regretting being a responsible man. It's like, oh, he can't go elsewhere. He doesn't like playing ground. She's not thinking that far. You're giving her too much credit. Okay. She simply doesn't want to have sex with you right now, not forever. Okay? Right now. She doesn't want to be intimate. There's something deeper than let me just punish him going on. Because think about it. I want to have sex, but I'm going to punish him and go and use vibrator. Go hard up. It's not harding up. Right? It's not harding up. Right? There's something, if you understand how complex the human brain is, you will receive it. Please. All right? Please receive. Think about it. Just think about it. Your brain, my brain, is not as simple as your idea of logic. Somebody is getting comfortable. That does not make you wrong about that, by the way. People do get comfortable in the midst of their own pain. Let me even shock you. Right? It's painful for them. They'll get comfortable there. That's why sometimes I might want to agree that maybe they're weaponizing it. It's still painful for them, but they'll rather deal with that pain than the other type of pain. Right? So, and you're right also, see finish can enter. They take you for granted. Why? How did see finish enter? Wait, are you saying she's not attracted to me because I'm always available? Yes. And there are skill sets you can learn around that. Right? Yes, possibly. So you're not necessarily wrong, but please don't simplify it to she just wants to hurt you. That's what I'm saying. Don't simplify it to that. Don't oversimplify it. Because we're not that, human brain is not that simple. Sadly. And that's a good thing. It's not a bad thing. It just is. That's just the reality. And I'm regretting, okay, I already covered that. Sparkleberry say, David, like MOP will say you're right, but you need to communicate and ask how she would like it. That person is shut down. I think he needs to engage himself first. I see what you meant now. Talk to MOP. Yeah, hit me up behind the scenes, bro. Hit me up. Ask at manofprestige.com. That's the email. I'm with you. That comfortable line, I swear 100% agree with you on that one. Once you are a good guy and take care of business, women often took advantage of that. So our conclusion with the good guy thing is that being a good guy is not enough. Sorry. If you get stuck in your own I'm a good guy thingy when it comes to romantic relationships, especially marriage, you collect.
Sorry.
It will shock you. Being a good guy, a good girl is not enough. That should be good enough for you. You should not attach entitlement for sex or money around it. You will regret it every time. Okay? David said, no wala sha, alati lo mati share. Thanks, Uncle Beno. I appreciate you, David. I appreciate you for submitting, and I appreciate Uncle Beno too. It's vice versa. Some women take advantage, and so do some men. When some men see good women, them go pick. It's a natural human phenomenon. We all take for granted anything that's readily available. Okay, let me teach you something. You see that banner? No, not banner. Like a whole billboard that's sitting right next to your house, or 1 block or 2 blocks away from your house. That one that was there when you moved in there 15 years ago, that you no longer pay attention to anymore because you've seen it so much. Somebody said, yeah, by the billboard. And I said, what billboard? By the billboard, that billboard, I'm right there. But billboard next to your house, there's a billboard next to my house. Oh, that's not that you don't see it. Right? This is a natural human. If it's always sitting in that same spot, there's a good chance you're not paying attention to it the longer it is. Right? You take it for granted. Until one day the thing is removed. Maybe they wiped a building away from your block and you're like, wait, something is missing here. What was here before? You never had that experience before? It's a natural human. This is just learn human behavior. These things will become easier for you. You will stop making assumptions that what you see is what you get. Okay? It's often deeper than what you can see, hear, or touch. You're fighting forces beyond what you can touch and feel and touch with physically. Just assume that. And basically what that means is make no assumptions. Listen actively. There's something that's missing there somewhere. So taking each other for granted, we call it complacency in marriage. Oh yes, inevitable, right? But once you go through this poto small, right? And you manage to attract your partner to come through a journey of coaching with you so you can learn how to do it right. Once you go through that, right, then your eyes are open, right? And then you can be a little bit more intentional with complacency. It will still happen, but you are aware. You are aware, like, babe, I know I haven't taken care of you. Like, I got you, babe. Got you. You'll be coming from a more intentional place as opposed to I beg, I don't have time for that. I be you say, you take me for granted, you want to punish me. Now it's you against your partner. At that point, that mindset, it's going to go down the hill. It's going to go downhill. It's going to get worse and worse. Once you pick them directly, indirectly, subconsciously as your enemy, it's a wrap. The devil has won. Whatever the devil is, has won at that point in time. So just keep that at the back of your mind. But I have to finish this studio. We haven't heard Uncle Beno on that recording though. I have to finish this studio. Alright. So this is a natural phenomenon. So I'll allow you guys to label it good woman or good man, whatever you mean by that. Okay? Because everybody is flawed anyway. Whatever you mean by good woman, I know what you mean, but I'll allow you to label it because good men are never good enough. Yes, take that to the bank. You need skills. You need game. Okay. Uncle Beno, that summary of yours does not sell low. Women experience a lot of changes as they age. Effective communication is key to the survival of any relationship. You guys are saying all the same thing essentially at the end of the day. A whole hour late, yes, Bagavard. How are you doing? Oral in that case doesn't mean mouth. Another angle. What do you mean oral? Perhaps wrong choice of word. I was in fact referring to hand job. Women are disgusted. If they don't want to have sex with you, they should be doing. Will you even enjoy it? If she's not into it and she's doing like that to you, right? Will you even enjoy it? You want her to be into it now. I know what you want, David. I have an idea of what you want. Right? You want the full package. You don't want half-ass in any way. You want her to be into it now. Trust me. There's something you don't know. Just trust me on that, okay? Life will not say, David, can you sign up for Ola 101 counseling? You get 30 minutes complimentary coaching before you sign up. You should also read Pastor K's book, How to Make Love to Your Wife Before Touching Her. Good point. Hey Tonya, how you doing? Like. What did you miss? A lot so far. Hold on 1 second. All right, I'm back. Sorry about that. Uncle Beno says, Sparkleberry, agreed though, you're right. But I do know some women take advantage of men who don't cheat and very faithful. If you don't cheat and you're not faithful, and let's add on top of that, this is like your own little accolade, your trophy that you take to the bank all the time. You will collect. You will not get enough sex. If you think somehow you're entitled because you don't cheat and you're faithful, it gets worse for you. It gets worse. All right. I'm literally agreeing with Uncle Beno and I'm hiding on top of it. Right? If you're entitled to the idea that you don't cheat and you're faithful and because of that she should just want to have sex with you. Baba, you're probably clingy and needy as shit. Okay? Yeah. You're probably needy and clingy because you don't leave the house. You sit in the same spot all the time. Okay? Your mates are cheating. I'm not encouraging cheating. Okay? You are in the same house. You are there. And now you are complaining about sea finish. Your stomach is up in the air all the time. And somehow you feel entitled to sex. Baba, yeah. This is what it means. I can't blame Oberyn for that. That's just natural phenomenon. It's like, that's boring, bro. That's boring. As much as they want security or safety, if you want to call it that, as part of the human basic needs, right? Certainty, we can call it certainty. They like varieties. Number two, it's a contradiction, I know. As much as they want to be certain, my husband is going to come home and fix the bulb. He will pay the bills at the same time every day. They want varieties. God help you. And she's tired one day and you beg for sex. You're not capable of saying, you're tired of sex? That's crazy. What happened at work today, babe? You're tired? Okay. All right, go to bed. Let's talk about that tomorrow. Right? If you're like, it's your duty. Okay, I know it usually doesn't go down like that. Maybe one time you give it a pass. Okay, maybe there's more problems. Your balls could be smelling. Oh, listen, it could be so many things. We don't know, right? But you have to keep an open mind before you even go through that rabbit hole, right? Right? But I smell nice. I've taken care of myself. Like, okay, maybe your mouth is like a little weapon. I don't know. Maybe she's just an evil woman who wants to punish you. I'm guessing that's where your mind is. It's possible. Most likely not. Most likely it's just like the rest of us. You go through that phase in your marriage. She has a lot going on. She's thinking about everything. Auntie B was talking about it on the show. I don't know if it was yesterday or 2 days ago. That they wake up tired. We sort the issue out to go sleep like a baby. They wake up tired. Right? And then now it's time to talk and she has to deal with well, she will settle for you're gonna be all right. Some of them will even tell you like, it's gonna go jack off in the bathroom, leave me alone, Jerry. We'll do it tomorrow. And then tomorrow will come, like do tomorrow again, do tomorrow. Some people go like that. 20% That's what the study shows. That's the only thing that's reported. We don't know the true numbers. 20% of marriages are in sexless marriages. So when you are telling me the story, either you're a man or you're a woman, of your frustration, I get it. You don't have to say much. I just have to listen to you. You don't have to say much before I get it, because I handle this all the time. Let's get through. I told you I have to cover some of this stuff. Oh, told you. Yeah, life would not to say, on top of that, no skills. Shake my head. Tina says, my husband is giving me silent treatment, and it's because he believes I'm cheating on him, even though I'm not. Tina, the same thing we said to David goes for you. The same thing, it's just a little different. You need to seek wise counsel. Okay? You need to seek wise counsel. You probably lost yourself in that situation. You're probably busy trying to figure out what you're doing wrong. That's probably consuming all of your energy. You're walking on eggshells. You're confused, frustrated. And then you have to apologize. And then you're tired of apologizing. And now you're just living in it, hoping that something will just change one day. Well, nothing will change if you keep doing the same thing you're doing. You have to do something about it. Send me an email. All of you can send me an email, and then we can talk about it. Ask at Man of Prestige right there on the screen. If she's turned off enough, she may even encourage you to go and do it with another woman. Yes, I hear that all the time, says Moore. Like, you know what? Leave me alone. Go and take care of yourself outside. That's a woman who is not interested at all. Like, she's open one day, okay, you're a good guy. Dear Lord, do hello me. I know it's confusing. What in this moral, with all our moral standard, I know all the morals, the values, all that stuff. Straight instead of the poto. I know. Welcome to the real world. Okay, go out there. They'll tell you in one shape, or they'll tell you all the different stories out there. Most of them will wallow in telling themselves the problems. They don't have a solution. We have solutions here. Okay, let's get through this.
I mean, for me, it's coming from a place of poverty, because you are talking of 2 million, or 500,000. When I checked the day that this issue of 500,000 or 20, is it 20 million? I don't even know how much safe they call the money. 2 million. Is it 2 million or 20 million? If you check it in dollars and pounds, it's not a lot of money. So
it's not a lot of money when you exchange it.
Anybody can afford you, as long as
a CRM shouldn't weigh your budget.
They have that money, so you don't care.
Let's see if we can fast it up a little.
You don't care if na kidnapper. You don't care if na bomo.
You see that's the small girl, the cider whatever. That one, she's still growing. Let's put it like that she's still growing. That one never gets sense. she not get sense. It will get to a point when she herself she'll watch a video. She'll be like, that's why they talk that time. You understand? Right now she's still growing. That one she's just a child.
It's a mindset that a lot of them have in Nigeria, unfortunately. Yeah, because you see, there's one other one that went to Big Brother the other day. You know that girl used to come online talking about how she sleep with married men. It has a way. These things have a way of. They say internet never forgets.
Of course, we'll never forget.
She's grown, but I know her mentality is kind of. That's why I say it's poverty. Yeah, when we talk about money, it's not the absence of money that makes you poor. Okay,
it's the mind.
Yes, it's in your mind. It's not. You can have no money, zero money, and you are still rich in your thinking, your mentality. But a lot of people are poor in their mindsets, and that's one thing that is so prevalent in Nigerian social media. It's so disgusting when you see them talking about, he has to give me 500,000, he has to give me 2 million.
How much is 500,000? How much is 2 million? How much is 20 million?
I beg, when are we going to start having the conversation about women making their own money? They cut your hand. Are the money is sexually transmitted? You can
right now, the three topics in Nigeria is money, BBL, married man snatching that. That's the three latest.
I thought she was going to say DNA test as well.
Topic, and it has been on for how many years now? So they don't want to change it.
No, it's sad. It's so sad. Let's hear what Brad Ben has to say. Let's see whether his audio is better now.
Uncle Benu.
He said bouncing back, but go ahead. I don't know what you did today.
Really? I've shut down everything.
Okay, go ahead.
Auntie B, first of all, my sister, well done. I really appreciate your point. Welcome back, Auntie B.
Thank you.
I was almost worried that you and my sisters will go Jamaica.
We don't lose. We don't enter
Jamaica. Jamaica get plenty six-pack boys. Now, what's going to happen? So, Auntie B, since today be the day where you say maybe they confess. So, I say make I can't just shook mouth for this matter from a man's perspective, and I expect my sisters to forgive me for what I have to say. Now, there are two things here.
You keep malice.
No, I don't keep malice, but I shut down. So that's why I.
For how long?
Let me come and explain it. Now, when I shut down, it depends on my partner, how long she realized that something is not right, and why I shut down, and then you come back, we talk about it, and that's it. And in my own case, like I said, I don't do malice because I think malice is when you have a negative intention towards the person you have issue with. But my own shutdown is like I will withdraw some of the things I do for you, not the house. As a married man, I'm still gonna do everything.
Will you talk?
In the house, man?
Will you talk to her?
No, we will talk, but not like cozy, romantic, friendly
It's
conversation.
malice, brother. Brother, that's malice.
All right, if you define it like that, so that's why I say I have to explain it. At least, hopefully, somebody can learn from this. Because if we call it malice, to me, the definition of malice is you have a negative interior. You have
No. It's not the interior. Malice is malice. What it means is just switching off from the other person, not talking to them. Some may not eat their food. We have one uncle here who was telling us about how he goes to sleep in the hotel, will not come home. No, it's not malice. Whatever name you want to call it, it's malice.
That's why we have to break it down so that people can learn. And like I'm saying now, I know a couple of men who are also like in the same pocket with me. I don't see it as malice. I see it as there is an issue, and mostly for me personally, my own comes from conversation. We have an issue. You know, we are different human beings. My personal approach is we have an issue that requires we make a decision together. We both arrive at a decision that works for both of us. And when we start having the conversation, my partner take is, you know what, nothing else but how I want it to be done. Now, for me personally, I'm not speaking for other men, no, but for me personally, when a woman takes the stand that, oh, it's my way or no way, you are already triggering me already. Because for me, I'm an extrovert. I like to talk issues out. At my own nature, I don't like sleeping on things. It's not the way I operate. My thing is, you do something I disagree with, let's discuss it real quick, get it resolved, and we move on. And knowing who I am personally, if you do something and I don't talk about it, that is when you should be worried. And I think some men fall into my category. When you do something that is not right to me, and I don't talk about it, I let it go. That is when it is dangerous, because I will continue to do everything I'm doing, playful, everything, but it stays in my mind.
Why don't you talk about it? Don't you think it's harmful to your relationship if you don't talk about it?
That is the point I'm making now. Because I'm saying it not for clout, not for people to judge me or anything, and I give God the grace. I've been with my woman for 21 plus, married 14 plus. So if I'm really that terrible, I wouldn't stay that long. And I don't marry a yes man woman. I marry a strong woman too. So I'm just saying it so people can learn from this. Everybody has a way they approach issues. Even you, Auntie B, you have how you approach issues. And I think as a partner, I've always been an advocate of know your partner, know your wife, know your husband. More importantly, before you get married, or maybe the first 1 or 2 years after you are married, know mostly how they respond when they are angry.
So when you withdraw, do you have kerewa in that period?
No, that's why I said I shut down. Because, let me explain it.
No one sees life the way you see it. No one lives life the way you live it. Whether you're
Uncle Benno talk sote, we have to pay some bills to. We have to pay some bills, okay?
starting out or have a few stories to tell, AAA helps you do life for less. Save on travel.
All right, paid. Let's keep going.
Why are you differently? There are some men that once a woman open body, they are on. The action don't start. There are some men like me, we are emotional. If we want to make love, we want to make love. Let's go all the way out. I'm involved with you. Now you are the sea. You feel me now? So my emotions are involved. Now, when I have emotional issues that were not resolved with you, even if I do the kerewa, you said will not say, this is not my person.
So what I'm just going to say, I think you're trying to, I understand what you're trying to say, Raben, but you are trying to rationalize it, okay? You are trying to, and you are not calling it silent treatment. You're not calling it malice, which is the word we've been using. I'm using malice because that's what we call it in Nigeria. You're calling it shutting down, but it's the same, okay? It's the same. And I do appreciate what you are saying, that people have different ways of handling issues. And I agree that we all have different ways. But what we are saying...
the way Auntie B just responded up to that point, I thought it was fantastic. I think the way she said, I appreciate that we're all different. I think that was really good. Hey, Bimpe, welcome. How are you? I think that's a good response. Now, I've spoken to my brother, Uncle Benno, behind the scenes, and I have a better understanding of where it was coming from. You know, so that's going to allow me to also respond with, with some, better understanding. Of course, when we're talking in this platform, we're talking back and forth, we can't really see, a lot of things can get lost in the sauce. So I have a better understanding of where he's coming from. Sometimes it's just the way we, like, for example, people tell me all the time, like, my English too much. I said, please ask me. I'll break it down. Ask me where my English got too big. Because that's actually, like I said, if my English get too big, it's an opportunity to break it down. right? Don't shut down at that point. Just ask, and then we'll break it down even further. Okay. So in that same token, all this can get lost in conversation. So I'm also not going to beat a dead horse because he made those other points on the part 1, and we've already addressed many of them. But I'll reiterate some things because I've taken my time and I have a better understanding of where it's coming from to really address it. But I think I paused it because I like what Auntie B just said there, where she said, I appreciate when you say we're all different. I generally don't say it that way. Me, I'm like, listen, we know we're all different, okay? That's not what we're talking about right now. But I think it's necessary to say it the way she said it, which is appreciating that first. Let's keep going.
Is shutting down or withdrawing silent treatment malice is not constructive. It's not good. It is emotional abuse. That's what we're saying. Do you get what I'm saying?
B, agreed, Auntie B. And that's why I said there are 2 issues here. The Yvonne Jegede case, which is similar to a lot of people, and the main issue we are treating here. Look, Auntie B, one of the problems I have with a lot of people when it comes to discussing relationship is this. It's okay to say, as a man, be the leader, as a man, do this, as a man, do that. There are some men that will actually go to any length to do everything for you as a woman. He let you enjoy yourself, have everything you want. That doesn't make him less of a man. But that doesn't override the fact that there are certain things you are doing as a woman that is really getting to this man.
I understand.
Hey,
You
I know.
still, but we're still talking about how do you deal with, how we're looking at constructive ways of dealing with this woman that is disregarding your feelings,
Right.
disrespecting you, even though you are going out of your way. Because like we established earlier on the show, offense will happen. You know, you're going to have issues, definitely. But how do you handle it instead of shutting down or withdrawing?
That is why I'm saying it now for those of us who are still married and for those who will be married, for us to learn. Because in my own case, you already know me. You know how I behave normally, how I go about my business generally. And now we have an argument. And I'm always the type that I'm ready to listen and I'm ready to say my own. And I'm willing to always adjust. But all I want is for you to meet.
By the way, the question on the screen that says, Brother Ben, is it healthy in your opinion? He's literally saying in that moment that I'm willing to listen, I'm willing to learn, I'm willing to make my own point, right? So he's saying he's open, and he's clearly said in the beginning that he wants us to learn, you know. So let's keep going.
Me at the same level. You have your point, you have what you are driving at, then listen to my own point of view. Now let's work it out. That is my own approach. Now, when it comes to the point that you are not ready to listen to that my own approach, talk less of arriving at a mutually agreed decision. Now, you they pull my tail with that. Are you feeling me now, Auntie B?
You are still describing the problem.
Yes, I'm coming.
You are describing the problem. We are looking at solutions.
Wait, now, Auntie B. So now for me, when we're first having all those issues, I do. Call, try to reach out, try to see, but Madam will not yield. And I'm not the type who will put hands on you or start a fighting, shouting match. I don't do that.
Are you looking to establish your business using an address other than your home? Wish you had a professional.
So what I do is to shut down. And when I shut down, that's my way of sending you a signal that something is wrong. Something is not right. Now, at first, Madam will do your own. I'm on my own. And for me, where I'm coming from, I believe that we are both in this marriage to make it work, which means I play my part, you play your part. When we get to the point whereby you are not willing to play your part, that means you've already made up your mind. And I've always been the kind of mind that I am not afraid to walk out of a marriage. If I do everything you know work, I'm gone. So,
let me ask you this. A lot of questions in the comment section, Braben. Let me take some of them so that. Yeah, they said, although she's asking, Braben, is it healthy? Is this healthy in your opinion?
It's not healthy depending on the partner.
I don't think it's healthy. No matter the partner.
It's not healthy.
It's not healthy.
Okay.
No matter the partner, it's not healthy.
Okay, Auntie B, you have a person. Everybody say a lot of women will say, "Oh, I want a man who provide, protect, is available, he's doing this, he's doing that," and you have this man that is doing all that. You now have areas where this man feels like, "No, let us look at this differently." But as a woman, you said no. You insisted.
You're still talking about the issue.
Auntie B, we have to talk about it because this
No.
All right. This is the second time I'm hearing this, so it's funny. It's funny. Like, we have to talk about the issue. All right. So this conversation, we're on fourth part right now of talking about this. This clearly, obviously, at this point, I think we all agree that this needed patience to tackle this topic. We needed lots of patience to tackle this topic because honestly, if we have a bunch of men out there that feel this way and they continue to think that somehow they've created a solution by silent treatment, it's not good for the ladies either. It's not good for the family, right? So we needed to address it. And when we are addressing it, we definitely needed to make sure that the men don't feel dismissed, you know, unless I intentionally just want to drag them as my brothers. Sometimes I do that to get their attention because if you don't drag men, it's very hard to get their attention because of coconut head. Okay, so that's an intentional thing that I do for fun because I know they'll forgive me. But overall, if we're actually trying to come to a lasting solution, men cannot feel dismissed from this conversation. Or let me take that back, not men, because we don't want to make it about gender war. The perpetrators of silent treatment cannot feel dismissed. All right? I've said that multiple times during this series, that people don't always do that from a malicious standpoint. We call it malice because we want them to acknowledge that it feels like malice on the other end, because they're also responsible for that, right? But if you are the one that gets to complaining first about this, it's very important that you see it as this is human behavior, bad habit that must be checked properly with lots of patience and empathy. If you don't apply empathy in solving these issues, it won't last. Could it last? And by the way, people have options. They will exercise and normalize bullshit, even if they collect later down the road. Okay? So that's first and foremost. But I took some notes on some of the things that Uncle Ben said, and I'm going to address some of them. But let's finish it.
There will always be issues. No, Ben.
Oh, before we finish it, though, let me pardon my manners. I think there was some chat I missed earlier. Okay, just two. Okay, just two. Let's address it after. Just two. Let's address it after. Let's continue.
Auntie B, just let me land now.
Okay.
The thing is this.
You are trying to justify why you are withdrawing.
Auntie B, people react differently. You see how this
I
a
know.
lot of women when they cry.
But we are looking at more healthy ways.
No, that's precisely what he was doing. He was trying to justify it. But trying to justify it is the result of people that feel dismissed. Right? My point is, Shalaye, why do people engage Shalaye? Because they feel like their pain is being dismissed. Right? So I don't expect less if somebody feel some kind of relations to that pain. Like, wait, we have to talk about this issue, right? I don't expect that they won't try to justify. So when they try to justify, I just want to give you, when I say you are right, that's what I mean. Because I think you're right, because you're speaking from a place of feelings, something you felt, some kind of pain at an emotional level, and it is valid. And we must address it from that standpoint. But after we agree with you that it's valid, there's more step. We got to get to the solutions, right? Because clearly, just telling us the problem does not solve the problem. It's part of solving the problem. It's a very important part of solving the problem. Acknowledging the problem, agreeing that the problem exists, is a very important part of solving the problem. We offer evidence-based relationship and marriage resources and coaching to help you navigate the difficult times.
Don't just wing it. Learn the principles that work.
Download our 2 free books and book your complimentary coaching session now at manofprestige.com.